Go and put this on.
Everybody.
Put this on.
So this is one of our developer playthroughs. We recently just did our first public demo. This was designed to be played as a public demo, so there's a little bit of a tutorial that we did mostly through UI stuff. You can see that in these billboards and some of the audio cues that are dropping here. Didn't quite work out perfectly, but it did help a little. I think we're still working on how to get this stuff conveyed to the player in a smart way.
Oh my god, we've given them juice. By the way.
So this is one of the problems that I don't know, maybe it's a problem, maybe it's not. A lot of people will get into PvP style gameplay in this screen, and it's possible we might play to that.
I love the fire. It's my favorite thing.
Isaac, do you know why the footsteps only show up on like maybe half of the time the player is stepping on the road?
Where aren't they showing
Where
up?
aren't they showing up?
It just seems like sometimes, I don't know if it matches like one-to-one with the actual steps of the feet.
I think it's
Go.
like only doing my right foot.
Yeah. Look at
Maybe your right foot
and we all step.
is exceptionally clean.
When we all step around in one place, looks like there's ants. Oh.
Well, that was a testing session.
Now it's good. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, I think.
Can we actually try and win this game? Let's become pros.
Okay, so here's one of the things I think for the next time before we do another one of these video sessions.
Yeah.
All of the items start out with no ammunition,
Yeah.
which is my bad.
Yeah.
Because I did that.
That's what we wanted.
So, well, that's what we wanted for this screen, not for the next one.
Yeah, you can change it in.
I know.
thing. Yeah. So the
We
next
can
one.
also turn off the tutorial. The tutorial is just an object in the scene. You can just uncheck.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I want people to see that good.
Good UI.
Good UI.
Straight to.
So I'm gonna.
We can do this well, can't we? We've worked out that if you actually get 4 people,
Yeah.
we're screwed.
Also, remember, it's not an often advertised feature, but you can drop weapons next to a drill, and it will fill that weapon.
Yes. Oh, my drill's not full. Start filling up the weapons.
Okay, let's just move to the other side.
Well, let's start filling up the
We
weapons.
can fill them up.
Yeah,
We can fill them up here when we're drilling.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh, we need something.
We on top?
Someone need...
I've got a
There you go.
chemical thrower.
Here you go. We can refill up the
Most versatile.
drill.
The most versatile.
Okay.
Oh, that was bad. How do we feel about the weapons? How do we feel about the mine killing, like, on impact?
I was thinking about that a lot, actually.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting my mine launcher again.
Yeah, I think we need to
Uh-oh.
make that behavior a little more subtle,
Yeah.
Okay. I want to drop deposit this stuff.
or at least
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes.
Oh, I'm stuck here. Okay.
Not me.
I got it.
Oh,
Wrong one.
No.
You just. All right.
good.
Switch.
Alright, good.
Okay, let's make the trip back. Don't blow it up.
Yeah, that's fine. We're fine.
So one of the things we want to look at. Oh, I was gonna say like that. You know, I was playing this today, and I was thinking there are many good like emissives and lights that are so great.
Yep. What do you mean?
That so much of the information. So much of the information that's in the game
is in emissives.
Is in emissives,
Yeah.
and I wonder there's a few problems. One, the direct light washes those things out.
Yeah.
And we have, like, while shaders have been compiling, have, like, played the Nightmare level, quote unquote.
Yes.
And it was like, it
Better.
looked really cool. And I wonder if
Well, that should be, that's always was always going to be a future. Like,
right. But I wonder if that's not maybe a strong way to go.
Oh, what do you mean? Not having, so you're, wow.
Okay.
So the rock monster is going to be OP right now.
The only thing you can do to really kill it is a mine launcher.
And no one who has the mine launcher.
No
It's
one.
underneath him.
I'm holding.
Oh god. Guys, this is.
Yeah, we were doing so well. Get off. This is where we're supposed to get off planet.
Yeah.
This is, at this point, just try and get off.
Okay.
Oh,
Make it in there before you.
That's
This is like Dark Souls.
so we have one more.
They got me.
Yes.
Okay. We made it out.
So, but that was like 7,000.
Yeah.
Different people like 7.
But isn't that right where we like?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Kind
That's
of
what I
what you
want.
want.
Yeah.
What I think we should probably do is make all of the weapons have a larger impact and make there even be more enemies.
Yeah.
Because right now it takes me forever to kill something with a chemical thrower, which is exactly what I don't want when I'm like seeing fire propagate on someone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you want them to melt.
I don't. The thing is like the thing is like everyone. It feels like everyone has a different opinion about what these things should look like and
Sure.
feel like, and I'm trying my best to get through because I remember you like 2 or 3 days before we shipped for EA18 saying the exact opposite of what you were like. I want to see them burn. You don't want to because remember when the thing would just be like cut through them. Remember when the chemical thrower would like cut through the enemies and you were like,
Oh
I
no,
really
it wouldn't
wanna
cut.
see
That was the
them."
problem. It wouldn't cut through them.
Yeah.
It would only block one dude. Only do one at a time.
That was
I
the
wanted
thing
to
was-
I wanted to slay a army.
Yeah.
Like
I-
that. I want to do that. and
I
just
even
be-
feel like that effect itself, as it represents like the damage that you're doing, should be bigger, and like
I think once we get that effect, right now the enemies burn.
right.
But once we get that effect onto the giblets, and
Yeah.
spawn, that'd be.
Oh, you gotta
kill them
stop.
right away, but
Sure.
you
It would
still
look.
feel like you're burning
Yeah,
stuff.
it would look cooler.
You know, I'd be all for this. Just killing everything immediately. Just having waves of them.
Sure. Yeah, I think maybe we should look at making the enemies easier but more numerous, and making the weapons more powerful, because I think that's going to tonally look more exciting, which is almost always my first concern. Is like, what are the optics of these things first? Like, does it look cool?
Yeah.
Right. Just more of everything.
Except for particle effects. I think we hit the cap on particle
effects are tapped out. When I say more of everything, what I mean is just like getting more visual, like chaos on the screen at once, and making the enemies a little less punishing will help players rein that chaos a little better. Because right now it's like one hit. If you're in that area, you're dead.
We need a better attack. The enemies need to deal with attack better, in my opinion, and clearer. Because they're like there isn't a great. I need to go back and have a look, but it doesn't feel like there's a great obvious attack animation.
Do you think they should like jump forward at their target and make the attack
I think it just
faster?
needs to be more forecast.
I was reading this blog post by another developer. I think it may have been. I think it may have been the Thomas Blog guy, Bithel.
Yeah.
He was talking about like having wind up on animations actually makes it less clear.
Okay.
So
Well-
I don't know.
I was just like,
Animation is something I know very little about.
I think the frustration with the enemies comes from like you're fighting them and then you just die, and you didn't realize, like, you didn't see that you were dying, or you weren't.
Do you think that has to do with the low health pools? It's a one-hit kill, right? So it's like any mistake is fatal.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's that needs to be clearer that, like, I think that, yeah, maybe the crab guys shouldn't do one-hit kill.
So right now, I think they actually hit twice because each claw
They do.
is individually red. And I'm gonna go ahead and just say more forecast is probably better than less, and we can add more of a positive beginning. I don't think that's too, like, we can do more of
A reel back.
a pullback, and then go. That shouldn't be too difficult to pull off. I mean, we can just try it.
I think part of the unclearness of it is that the hitbox for the on the attack is really, really big, but people will feel like they're outside that
Yeah.
because visually it looks like they are. Let's go
down and have a.
Because I know, like, it used to be that after they started the animation, you were dead no matter what, and I tweaked it so that when it calls, like, so it does the damage calls, right?
Yeah.
When the claws hit the hit, whatever. When it calls that, it checks the distance to the player, so that's why you can dash away after it starts the animation. But that's still a distance to complete. Like,
Sure.
So if it needs to be even more stringent than it is now.
And this is mined out. That's the other thing is the icicle mesh is so cool, but it needs to kill it or something.
Or
Like
change the
blow up.
color.
Change
Blow
the
up.
color.
Replace it with a destructible mesh.
Sure.
Just kinda falls apart.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because it
I
feels.
think everything should break and fall apart when
Yeah.
you're done with it.
I think so. We can do a lot of cool stuff with that in Houdini,
Yeah.
especially with what we learned. But the problem with the Unreal stuff is really hard to get to look right.
Yeah.
The Houdini stuff is not dynamic. At least it's not dynamic before into account. It's not saying it can't.
Okay, let's watch this animation. So kite back a little bit on here.
How did I die?
So
How did
that
I
didn't
die?
hit. That didn't hit. That didn't hit.
So, I mean, I tried to get it pretty close to where if the claw touches you.
You get out, man.
The weakness with the attack right now, in my opinion, the main weakness is just the. So the distance is the same for all the enemies, right? So if it's a super small enemy, you can totally feel gypped.
Oh, that's what it is.
That makes a ton more sense.
But also, since it's just getting the distance to the player, like if you were on his side,
Yeah.
then you would still die.
Yeah.
Like if you dash to his side, it's just saying, oh, he's still close enough.
So we don't have a death zone.
It's
that I
a
know of now.
yeah. It's just a capsule.
Because I figure most of the time you're dashing straight away, but also I just didn't at the time have the patience or inclination to.
Sure. Yeah, I just unloaded like a full tank of juice on a chem thrower at 2 guys. One died and one didn't. And I felt cheated. Like, that doesn't feel good to me. Do you want to melt it?
Yeah, I was just gonna right.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm worried about with that statement, basically, how strategic do you want the game to be? Because if it's just like waves of enemies, there's no strategy there.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Well-
I think a lot of that depends on how we design those waves, how we have the weapons interact with the enemies and with each other. I think once we get there, that is going to be where the strategy comes in,
But-
and that we reward players in more ways than one, rather than just saying like, you killed the enemies, so you can go about your business.
Yeah.
It's more interesting if, like, I think it's been pointed out by several people taking a look at the game, and I think they're right, that, like, splitting interest between the juice and the enemies, and the enemies want to kill you, but you want to get the juice, that doesn't necessarily work out always. It should be everybody's focused on the juice, and then you fight over it, and the enemies, like, aggro to you when they're coming to get that stuff. Because then if you I see this all the time in games that I play, when the elements you're opposed to have, like, different ends than you do, that tends to be less exciting, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, like, if you're both competing over the same thing, then that, I think, gets more interesting, and it's clearer to the player.
So you're suggesting?
I'm suggesting that we make the juice be something that the enemies power up on or come and steal, and that you have to protect it, and then that will start a fight between you two. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I think it's...
So if you mow down a bunch of enemies and all the little giblets are out there, you need to go out there and get it, because the next wave's going to come and take it all.
And that can
bigger.
be like a multiplier system, right? So that if you just killed them, then it's X amount that you get for that. Or if you
let them consume it, then you get 3 times, 4
sure.
times.
Or if you, like, set off someone else's mine with your gun, creates a bigger explosion, and that multiplies the juice value by some amount.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I think we can find those strategic niches.
Yeah.
In that, it's just that, like, I worry in trying to make the game super strategic, what we're going to do is make it not look as fun from the outside.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think what you're saying is more interesting design solutions. I was just worried we're going to be like, oh, it's not fun. There's much more enemies. Here's guns that do more damage. I think there's value in that, because I think there's a player for whom that is a good and fun thing. Yeah.
But I think that there's also value in what you're saying, where it's like we want that surface level hook, right?
Yeah.
And then we want depth in there too.
Yeah.
And so designing an underlying system where your interests are directly opposed with the enemy is going to be cool and interesting.
I think
and having those special interactions be something that you can set up if you're a good player. We want to have a skilling that is high enough to interest people for a long time.
We should add, we should definitely add those sort of enemies. Enemies that steal juice, enemies that steal items. Especially with the next thing that we tried. You can see how they feel. Well, okay.
Can you put some notes on, like, weapons and damage and the amount of enemies, the health pool of the player, like, all that stuff, I think is super important.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to balance. It's like what.
Well, yeah, we were trying to balance what we had, but, like,
I'd like to, like, redesign it.
Mm-hmm.
Like new items.
Yeah, we should think about what fits, and we should also try and figure out how we can make the interaction matrix more robust than it is now.
Yeah.
Because it's there, but it's not super interesting or obvious.
And the other thing that I want to start working on is, like, really simplifying these weapons, in the sense that, like, we started with this vision of having, like, an alt use and a use for every item, but then that sort of across the way, like, a lot of things got. We were like, oh, we'll come back to the alt use, and we never really did. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the only one that I really like is the chemical thrower, because it has both. The hammer, I think the hammer has both, but I don't like the swing. There's no recharge. I feel like that's just a very. I feel like that we could do better there.
Well, I think a better way to do that would just have, instead of there being 2 uses, there's one, and on the third swing, fourth swing, like you almost charge it. On the final swing, does that. So you get rewarded for sticking.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
As opposed to having an alternate use that's more fun.
Right.
You just have the one,
Yeah.
and then
So
you get to
the
it.
hammerheads
yeah.
are actually getting juice in it or something.
Something like. Yeah, I agree with that. But do we I would like to basically have a discussion about whether we're still interested about having those two uses, or whether we want to just make each one use and try and do something to that, like dynamic like that, or just because it's like super confusing when I was trying to convince my girlfriend, I was like, oh, but this one can do two things. And she's like, what?
Yeah. I think that's probably true. I think the alternate use and the weapon or tool interactions, I think, were kind of parts of the same instinct.
Yeah.
And so if we were to simplify it and break those down into smaller parts and decide what fits and what doesn't, I think you're right.
I think the first design meeting we have to have is simplifying the items and defining that interaction matrix.
Yep.
And what? Well, because
Oh, hit a bug.
what have we done? Do they like swing out when you spin around?
Oh yeah, it's a physics body. That's why it does that. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Wait.
We broke the build.
What happened?
We broke it.
What?
We can't pick these up off the reload. No.
There we go. It doesn't bring up the icon, but you can still get it.
There you go.
I think we need to do an overhaul completely of the mining system, the way the drill works, or how you acquire juice. Like, I think we should reassess it from the top down.
Let's just
And the
cover up
reloading
this
system.
Reloading
I
system.
mean, we got some really simple suggestions. I think the best feedback we've gotten from instructors so far has been undoubtedly from Gabe, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he's saying simple stuff. He's like, you have to think about the rover as like a kind of like a level or like an element of the level, and think about how it's laid out in a more interesting way that's going to be more dynamic over time. So he was saying you should redesign the layout of the rover and the way that vehicle looks to match what players are going to want out of it. He is saying some simple stuff like, what if you design the rover like an X that folds out, and in the center is your tank and where you make deposits, because I think there is value in creating levels where you're going out to fetch something and bringing it back, and that's a hard journey. People get that. And then the ends of the arms are like the reload stations. And then you're separating them out really far from each other. You can do really cool visual cues that show the flow of this stuff back and forth. It's going to sell it to the player. And those arms are going to be out further in the different directions of the environment so that players can quickly reload and come back.
Yeah.
Also, making items easier to pick up, put down, reload.
And what did you think about well, I was thinking about having more utility items. I was thinking about one of the first things we do is one of the first items I would suggest is a reload station or something like that you could carry, that you would carry out and you'd plonk, and then everyone could reload and it would respawn from there, or something.
Oh, that's also the spawner.
Or you can carry that around.
The drill sort of does that, as it is. You can reload from it.
Yeah.
It's not the spawner, but also we did give a suggestion.
But maybe it draws from the main tank instead.
Yeah.
We did get a suggestion to tie a cost to respawn. Maybe that's something we do, maybe it's not. One of the problems is now that the camera's not tied to the rover, always having people keep track of costs and what's in the tank and what's not in the tank is harder.
Yeah.
Or at least deserves a UI pass several times if we decide to go that route. Right?
Yeah.
I like the idea of bringing out utility items. Even if it's a wall or a trap or something that's
I bet I don't know if that's just going to complicate things.
I think traps would be really interesting. I think traps would be a really strong direction.
That's the way I wanted to see better. The mine. You should, like, it's really satisfying when you shoot it. For me, at least, shoot a mine, you get the right. It's like the right timing, and it pops.
You know
and
what we
kills
should
you.
have it do? It just occurred to me. Why don't the mines aggro enemies?
The psi emitter.
Yeah.
They should be aggroing enemies
It's the-
because that's going to set up such interesting plays where you can pull aggro from people with a mine and then blow them up. That's really satisfying. Right now, it's like the most satisfying you can get is like a long distance skill shot or kiting enemies into a zone that you know is going to blow up soon.
Well, this is the I agree. This is the sort of shit that I'm thinking of. It's like, go back to the drawing board, look at the 4 items we have, simplify them,
And make them do more interesting stuff.
yeah.
A hologram emitter.
Yeah.
Like you can hide in. It's a big rock, and the enemies walk past it.
Or a
You can dive into
hologram
it safe.
that you throw out like in XCOM that soaks aggro for
Soaks
you.
aggro. You know, both.
Great. But
Alright, we done for now?
yeah.
We've been recording for